Aries, what's happening, what's crickalagging, and what's poppin', baby? It's your boy for CancerMoonsTarot coming at you guys with your April 15th through the 30th love tarot reading. It's going to be your mid-month. I hope you guys are doing well. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Keep in mind this reading is general. If it resonates, that's awesome. If not, it's not your message. Feel free to check out any other amazing tarot readers that we got here on YouTube, okay? These messages may resonate backwards or vice versa, so take them how they resonate if they apply to your particular situation. If you guys would like, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is all linked down below. And you guys can also check out my sister and her boyfriend's YouTube channel. That is the first link in the description if you guys want to take a look into my family's life. I also do want to wish you guys a very, very happy birthday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys have been staying safe with everything that's going on in our day or our world's current events. But most importantly, I hope you're keeping them vibes motherfucking high. It's very important throughout this time in the world to keep your vibration as high as possible, baby. The collective has been going through it. There's been shifts of the collective being in fear and anxiety, and then it's been rising up and rising down. We got to keep our vibes as high as possible because, man, look, we have survived through everything else. We will survive through what we're going through right now, okay? And even though some of y'all may be having a quarantine birthday, do your best to work with what you got, have a positive outlook on the situation, and, once again, do your best with what you got, and you'll have yourself a pretty damn good birthday. So nonetheless, Aries, sending my love out to you, sending my safety out to you. Let's get into your reading and see what we got going on, okay? Messages for Aries here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout April 15th through the 30th. What do we got coming through for Aries mid-month? Messages for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout April 15th through the 30th. Let's go ahead and get ourselves one last shuffle and see what messages we got coming through, man. Hopefully we got some awesome stuff. Aries, the overall energy for you is the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so you can be connecting possibly with an earth sign here, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Your current energy is the Page of Pentacles. The person that you're dealing with is the Four of Pentacles, and the outcome that's present is the Chariot card. So something kind of caught my eye here. Taking a look at the bottom of the deck, you got the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords talks about lower vibrating energy, such as anxiety, fear, etc. All those lower types of energies. And I feel like that was a position you were in. Not a position you're in throughout the mid-month, but a place where you were at a certain time. Let's be real for a second. The first few months of 2020 have been absolutely rough. It's nothing that anybody expected. There were some people, of course, I'm sure predicted it, but, we did our best with what we could do. It's just been very intense. There's been a lot of astrological events. There's been a lot of world events, and I feel like a good amount of you Aries have definitely been in this Nine of Swords, this place of frustration, this anger, this anxiety, but I feel a change in your energy, a change in your aura this month, almost like you are going through this shift of just being positive, taking initiative of what's going on and deciding to have a better outlook on things, because your current energy is the Page of Pentacles, okay? So this is basically saying, you know what? I'm going to take a look at things from a different perspective rather than this perspective, Nine of Swords. So from what I'm seeing here, I feel really strongly, Aries, a lot of you guys are deciding to step up is the word here, okay? And the Three of Pentacles, it talks about working on things such as working on yourself, working on the environment around you to make it more so a positive or more positive environment for you. So from what I'm feeling over here in general, I feel like a lot of you guys are stepping up to take care of the things that you don't like that is in your environment, and you're basically focusing on the environment around you and making it as positive as possible. So a lot of you guys may be starting spring cleaning pretty early here, where you're cutting out things that don't really serve right now, cutting out people that don't serve, and only sticking around and doing things that you want, okay? Now, whoever you're connecting with here, Four of Pentacles, could be an earth sign. I feel like whoever this person is you're connecting with, Aries, you're dealing with somebody who's very much so, and I don't feel like they're clingy in this situation. I don't feel like you got a clinger with the Four of Pentacles. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's very much so secretive, very protective. This person is very scared to be vulnerable, that kind of energy. And I think you're done extending yourself to people who aren't down to be real with you. I think you're done extending your people to people who don't want to open up to you. Aries like to be raw. They like to know the truth. They like to know the real you. And if you don't feel like you're getting to know the real person or to get to really know somebody, then you don't feel like it's worth exploring them. As for the outcome that's present, the Chariot card, I do feel here that you'll be moving forward from a connection throughout April, throughout the mid-month here, because the person you're connecting with is just way too shut down. It's just way too closed off, okay? So that's what I'm seeing here overall. So nonetheless, you got a couple different things happening here at the mid-month. One of the biggest things that's happening is that you're taking a look at fuck the Nine of Swords, screw the negativity, screw being involved with it. I'm manifesting positivity, okay? You got here Ace of Wands, you got here the Magician, and with the Page of Pentacles, this talks about you taking one step into a brand new direction. So nonetheless, that's one of the things happening here in April. You guys are cleaning up shop, you're avoiding as much negativity at all costs, you are really taking a look at what your surroundings are, what your environment is, and you're sticking to what makes you feel good. And anything that doesn't resonate with you, you're walking away from. Especially this person you're dealing with. Because keep in mind, who you're connecting with here, Four of Pentacles, you're dealing with a person who isn't open, okay? And Aries don't like people who aren't authentically being themselves. So I feel like you're getting ready to not only just cut out people in the environment around you, but a very specific person here you should be cutting out throughout the month here. I feel like that's the direction you're going in, all right? So nonetheless here, Aries, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the person you're dealing with. I'm going to take a look at how they feel towards you, what's going on with them. Then I'm going to take a look at how you feel towards them, what's going on with you. We'll see where energies align, and then we'll see the outcome for April 2020, all right? Now, in regards to who Aries is dealing with, how do they feel towards Aries and what's going on with them? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout April 2020. How does the person that Aries is dealing with feel towards Aries and what is going on with them throughout April 15th through the 30th? So, first card out, we got here Four of Cups. We got here Seven of Wands. These two cards came out. You got the Five of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. You got here the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and then the Moon card. So, based on whoever you're connecting with here, Aries, definitely has a lot of contradictory energies to them. I feel like whoever you're dealing with, Four of Cups here, Seven of Wands, they're blocking any sort of opportunity they ever could have had with you. So remember how I said your person is like very much so to themselves, isn't being them authentic, they aren't being their authentic self with you, they aren't showing you who they are. That's because they're already taking a disinterest in you. And I'm not saying this by any means to be negative, Aries. I just feel like whoever you're connecting with is choosing to not open up to you because they're choosing to let go of an opportunity here. So therefore, whoever you're connecting with, they're having a missed opportunity with you, and they're choosing to do that. The reason being, though, is I think whoever you're dealing with wants more options in their life, okay? We got here Seven of Cups and the Moon card. So you're connecting with a person who isn't ready to settle down yet, and I almost feel like it's because they don't even know who they are, Aries. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Whoever you're connecting with doesn't even know who they are. Okay? Four of Pentacles. The reason why they're not vulnerable with you is because they don't even know who they are. And that's why they don't feel like they can resonate with anybody. Therefore, that's why they're looking for options. So this person you were dealing with, they're not resonating with you because they're not resonating with anybody else because they're not resonating with themselves. You're connecting with a person who's lost in their own consciousness. You're connecting with a person who's lost in who they are. That's why there's been no forward movement between the two of you, and that's why there hasn't been any sort of coming together. So keep in mind here, Aries, you may have caught a vibe with somebody, or you may have met somebody, and at first they were showing that they were interested, and then they started backing off. This is why they're backing off, because they don't know who they are. Therefore, how can they be deep and vulnerable with anybody? And, you know, the solution that this person has is they believe that if they look for better options, maybe they'll meet the person that they were looking for all along. But whoever you're connecting with can't do that until they figure out who they are. Okay? And that's just the truth of the situation. And the thing that I love so much about Aries is that Aries, you guys know who you are. You stand in your power. You guys are natural born leaders, okay? You know who you are from the day you're born. And I feel like you definitely don't like connecting with people who are indecisive. You like people that have a decisive nature. You like people that take direction, not lack it. So I do feel like whoever you're connecting with over here, they got to get to know themselves. They got to go through a journey of self-love. They got to go through a journey of solitude to get to know who they really are. And it doesn't matter who they meet, they're going to feel the same way. So whoever you're dealing with over here, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Cups, they feel like everybody they meet, everybody they connect with, it never works out. And the reason why it's not working out is because this person hasn't gone through the journey of exploring themselves yet. That's why they can't be open. That's why they can't be vulnerable. That's why they can't be genuine. That's why they can't be who they are. Because they need to go on a journey to figure out who they are. Okay, Knight of Pentacles here, or Knight of Wands here, Six of Pentacles. I feel like the person you're dealing with at first definitely took an interest in you because, you know, you were something that they were interested in on a very much so physical level. So this person definitely saw you and was like, okay, Aries is really attractive. So they took interest on a physical level. But the more they tried to vibe with you, they recognized that the vibe wasn't there. Because this person just realized, okay, we're pretty different. And they also recognized, too, that they felt like they didn't have much to add to conversation. They felt like the text was always dry, you know? So this person kind of felt like, yeah, I really liked Aries for the fact that they were very aesthetically pleasing. They were very beautiful, but on a very vibey, emotional level, you and this person didn't connect. Okay? And they could have been the dry texter, Aries. You know, whoever you're dealing with could have been a dry texter. They could have been a person who doesn't really know how to add to conversation because, once again, if they're not being their own authentic self because they don't know how to be, then, you know, you don't really know what you're connecting with. Okay, so I hope this isn't confusing anybody because there's actually a lot of information that's been coming through in this reading. I hope everything makes sense. If it doesn't, I will do my best to answer some comments and hopefully help you guys out. So just to give you a little bit of a recap of what we're seeing here, taking a look at the beginning of the reading, what we touched bases on, Aries. You guys are cleaning up shop. It's spring cleaning time. Anything that doesn't create a positive environment for you, you will be cutting out. And we're going to be seeing that throughout the second half of April. Also, I'm seeing a lot of you guys in general going through a positive transformation because you're tired of dealing with what's going on in the world, right? The Tower card. You're tired of dealing with, you know, CV19, you're tired of dealing with that. You're tired of dealing with everybody's fear, everybody's negativity, all of the shit that's been going on astrologically that's making people act out of character. Okay, because I don't know about you, Aries, but there's been a lot of folks acting out of character. All right, point blank, period. You don't got time for any of it this month. I feel like this month, a lot of you guys are just focusing on stepping up, staying away from the negative perceptions, and enforcing a positive perception of life and creating a positive environment. And with specific people you deal with, if they can't be real, raw, and their true selves with you, you're not going to be reciprocated or open to them, all right? And that's what I'm seeing here. Real recognizes real, and that's what you're looking forward to. Now, in regards to who I'm seeing you connect with, I feel like you're connecting with a person who's very much so shy, closed off. They don't know how to be open because they never knew how to be themselves. So you're dealing with a person that shouldn't be looking for a relationship. They should be looking within to figure out who they are, discover themselves, discover more in life, so that they, you know, can be themselves. So overall, it wasn't going to work out here because the person you were connecting with, they don't know how to be themselves. Therefore, if they can't stand in that, then you're connecting with a person who's being different all the time, not being who they are. So either way, Aries, that was one of those connections that weren't going to work out because the person you're dealing with needs to go through it on their own. They have a journey they need to go through, and it doesn't matter how many people they meet. Until you know who you are, it doesn't matter because you will always be pretending to be something that you're not. Okay, so that's why I said I like that you guys know who you are because that's a very important thing to carry with yourself throughout the rest of your life. When you stand in the person that you are and be your authentic self, real recognizes real, okay? And not to say the person you're dealing with is fake, but they got to find out and go through their own process and figure out who they are, okay? Now, in regards to how Aries feels towards the person they're dealing with, let's take a look. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout April 15th through the 30th. How does Aries feel towards the person they're dealing with and what's going on with Aries throughout April 15th through the 30th? Let's take a look. We got here the Justice card, bringing back balance into your life. Absolutely. When you create a positive environment for yourself, that's definitely going to bring a sense of grounding and positivity. You got here the Ace of Cups. You got here the Death card, okay? You got the Fool card, the Queen of Cups, the Tower, the Ten of Swords, the Two of Cups, and then the Knight of Pentacles. So, Aries, I feel like when you first met this person, you were looking for a stable relationship. You were looking for a relationship that provides stability. You want to be with somebody in the long term. You want to be with somebody that you can end up marrying down the road. You know, you weren't looking for any more connections that just come and goes too quickly. You wanted something that was real. And when you met this person initially, you thought that you'd give them a shot, but you could tell that the moment that you started getting feelings for them, and vice versa, the moment they started getting feelings for you, you could tell this relationship was something that wasn't going to last. The Death card to the Queen of Cups. And the reason why I say that is because Aries have a very good sense of predicting things that will end before they ever really start. Aries are very good at predicting where things are going to go. And I think that the moment you connected with this person and you saw how shut down they were, how they really refused to be vulnerable, the moment you saw that side of them, it kind of made you feel like this isn't going to work out. And it's best to kind of end this connection and look for something else in life. Because what Aries wants right now is Aries is tired of those connections with people that aren't real, that aren't genuine. You want a nice, stable connection with a person who knows who they are, okay? You don't want to go through any more karmic cycles here. You don't want to deal with people that need to learn or go through their own personal journeys. You don't want any more lessons. At the end of the day, though, listen, man, we're souls having a human experience, but we're always going to have lessons. We can't escape those. But one thing that's important is that you're looking for an elevated soul. Somebody who already has gone through the process of learning how to love themselves. Somebody who's already gone through the process of figuring out who they are. You want a person who's already standing in their power, who loves themselves, and is ready for a genuine, real relationship. You want a person that's gone through what you went through. The self-love process, the self-journey, all those types of things is what you're looking for. Because you don't want to deal with a person who's got to go through that. You want to deal with somebody who's already been through it. An elevated soul, per se, is what I'm feeling here. So nonetheless, Aries, you're looking for something stable, and you're looking for a person who has gone through all the stages of life they needed to go through and is on your level, basically. Okay? So not to be condescending or anything, but sometimes, you know, people got shit they need to go through in life, and they aren't on the same level as possibly you. And it's a very real thing. Because, for example, let's just say, Aries, you've gone through learning how to love yourself, and you're dating a person who doesn't love themselves. That's a connection that's already set up for failure, because the person you're dealing with is always going to want that love from you. And it's never going to be two people adding love to a relationship. It's going to be one person being codependent while you're not dependent at all. See what I'm saying? So you're looking for a person that's on the same level as you. And I feel like it's important for you to find that. And you're not going to settle down for any more of these quick connections. And you're not trying to settle down for anybody who isn't ready to, think about a future, is what I'm seeing. All right? Hopefully I'm not confusing anybody. I really do apologize, Aries. I'm so sorry. I feel like the way I'm explaining this is terrible, but there's just so many messages coming through for you guys today. So I really hope I'm making sense here. All right? In regards to where energies are aligning between Aries and this person, let's take a look. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout April 15th to the 30th, where energies aligning between Aries and the person they're dealing with. Okay? We got here 6 of Cups. We got here 10 of Wands, we got here 2 of Wands, and we got here the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, Aries, I keep getting this for you. You don't want to deal with the souls that are still going through the journey. You want to deal with the people who have ascended. So we're getting a little esoteric here, but literally, you want to deal with the people who have ascended. The people who have gone through the lessons, the people who have gone through the journeys of self-love and have gone through the journeys of solitude. You want to deal with the people that are like-minded right now and that have gone through similar things that you have gone through and are no longer going through the karmic bullshit. You don't want to deal with anybody that's dealing with that karmic shit. So from what I'm seeing here, 6 of Cups, 10 of Wands, for you, it's like I've dealt with so many connections in my past of people that needed to work out karma with other people. I've gone through connections where people needed to learn how to love themselves. I've gone through connections with people who didn't know who they were. It's like I'm tired of this. I just want to be with a person who knows who they are, who stands in their fucking power, who loves themselves, and is ready to have a real relationship that can possibly lead to marriage in the near future. You're looking for the real thing. You're not looking for somebody who still has to work on themselves. Because at the end of the day, a person cannot work on anybody else but themselves. And with the 2 of Wands here to the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like for now, it's like, I might as well just be in solitude until I find the right one. So from what I'm seeing here, of course, Aries, you and this person, ending the connection, you guys aren't going to be together. But I feel here that it's almost like you're going to be choosing yourself for a long time. All right, you're going to be choosing yourself until you meet a person that's matching your energy, until you meet a person that's on your level, and that's what I feel is happening here. So you don't really want to go through any more lessons with anybody, any more karma with anybody. You're just going to keep doing your thing until you meet a person that's on your level, until you meet a person that's experienced everything you have, that understands what you went through. You know, you want a person who knows who they are. You want a person who has gone through the karmic BS and is ready to have a beautiful romantic relationship that can last into the hands of marriage. No more games, no more petty shit, okay? You're just ready for the real thing. As for the outcome that's present, let's take a look. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs throughout April 15th through the 30th. We got here the Hangman. We got here the King of Pentacles. And we got here the Five of Swords. So not only are you walking away from this connection, but you've walked out of this connection with knowledge. That's what I'm seeing here. And I feel like the knowledge you're going to obtain from walking away from this person, Aries, is that it's always good to know who you are. And I think the knowledge you're walking out of this, or I think the knowledge you're obtaining walking out of this connection as well, is that you have gone through so much to the point where a lot of people won't understand what you've went through. Because keep in mind, the self-love journey is a hard journey to beat. To learn how to love yourself and be who you are. That's a hard journey. A lot of you Aries went through that. And I think you're coming out of this with knowledge that not everybody's been through that. Not everybody understands that. And that's why not everybody is as compatible to you as you'd like them to be. So I feel like a lot of you Aries are recognizing, you know, there's a lot of people in the world that I could be with, but because they haven't experienced certain things, they won't understand me, and it will be hard for me to understand them. So keep in mind here, Aries, don't think that love's going to be very hard for you to find. It's definitely not. But in regards to the types of people you deal with, I feel like you're just like, I can't go back. I can't deal with anybody unless they've gone through the same experiences I've gone through, and they understand that I'm ready for something real. No games, no BS, no gimmicks, no nothing. You need somebody on your level. And that's the message I keep getting. And I feel like the more I try to explain it, the more confusing I make it, so I apologize. But you need somebody on your level, okay? And at the end of the day, throughout the month of April, you're just focusing up on keeping a positive environment, having yourself a good time, not letting anybody who's negative in your energy any longer, walking away from the people that keep you stagnant. And you're in a place right now where you're not going to open yourself up to love unless it's a person who has gone through what they needed to and is ready for an actual relationship. You know, here's a true statement. A lot of people that want relationships the most are usually people that are never ready for it. Has anybody recognized that? A lot of people who want relationships the most are usually people who are never ready for it because they never learned who they were. They never learned how to love themselves, and they never recognized that, you know, two halves don't make a whole. Two people who love themselves whole and complete make a relationship. So two wholes make a relationship, not two halves. Okay? Nonetheless, Aries, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, I apologize if I've confused anybody. I really hope I didn't. I hope everybody understood everything crystal clear. And of course, if it doesn't resonate, take what does, and then throw away what doesn't. And if it does resonate, let me know down below. Nonetheless, man, have an awesome, amazing, fantastic rest of your birth month. Have an awesome birthday for those of you who got birthdays coming up. And Aries, we will catch you guys in May. Much love to everybody. All right? Peace.